Have you ever wanted to ask ChatGPT to write you a short film script and outline that you could shoot as a one-person crew within 24 hours to see if it's any good, but really just to have fun and make a YouTube video? Because I'm about to do that right now. Here's the prompt that I put into ChatGPT. I want to create a short film in under 24 hours. I will be the only person / cast and crew involved. I'm expecting heavy snowfall, which is true, for most of my time, so inclement weather needs to be considered. Could you please help me write a shot-for-shot and line-by-line script that I can use to create something? I would love for it to be melancholy and peaceful. And within 5 seconds, it gave me a full script because it's terrifying like that. The name of the film is Falling Quiet. The genre is melancholy and peaceful. The duration is 3 to 5 minutes. The theme is reflection and solitude amidst a snowstorm. As I started reading the shot list, it was including a lot of like open scenery, like open fields and stuff. And I live on a street with other houses, so that's not going to work. So I did give it a follow-up prompt, and I said, the only adjustment to consider here, I live in a small town on a street with other homes, very Midwest looking, so I need to consider that. So it updated the list, and then I asked for it to give me the order that I need to shoot everything is something I could use help with, considering lighting as it will change from morning to evening, because I want it to be as simple as possible, just like wake up at this time, shoot these shots, and bada bing, bada boom. I knew I wasn't going to miss anything in this challenge. So it gave me 2 morning shots, 2 early afternoon shots, 2 afternoon shots, and 2 evening shots, which will all be added into the film. So one thing I did have to ask for some help with is my son, who's 15. I asked him if he would want to help with this, and he's like, help with what? And I was like, I got this idea for this video. Do you want to help me shoot it? Because I know I could pull this off by myself, but the only thing I'm worried about is, one, with all the snow coming down, I don't really want it to be getting hit with the precipitation on the lenses and stuff. So I'd like for him to hold an umbrella and kind of like babysit the camera after we get a scene set up. And then also it'd be fun to have him help me. But then also I'd love for him to shoot some behind the scenes stuff as we're capturing this so that you guys can come along for the ride. So stay tuned. Right now it's 7:20 p.m. and I'm going to start the clock, and then my goal is within 24 hours from this moment, we have all the footage, all of the audio recorded, and we can start cutting this up. Let's see how it goes. Stay tuned. Bye. So I woke up early to get the shots that I needed, expecting just like a fully covered ground of snow. And when I woke up at like 7, there just wasn't enough snow on the ground to go with the theme of tracking through snow and whatnot. It's starting to pick up a little bit more, but it wasn't going to work. So I went back to the drawing board and I asked ChatGPT to rewrite the thing. And thankfully, it picked only shots that were indoors instead of being outside in the cold weather all day. So that was a win. The other benefit of me not having to shoot outside meant I didn't need a second pair of hands to hold an umbrella over my camera. So my son that was going to help me could sleep in. Hey, buddy. Hey, you can go back to sleep. I'm good. Okay, I believe we are wrapped shooting for the moment. I am pretty happy with the footage we got. There's a couple of tweaks that we had to make along the way. Nothing crazy, but for instance, they wanted me to do an evening shot. I say they, ChatGPT, I guess is they, them. They outlined that I would shoot an evening shot and a night shot. And 2 things. One, I didn't feel like there was any purpose of that. My house has windows on both sides of it. So I figured since I shot early morning that the other side of the house would look a little bit different light-wise. And then also, I just thought it would be a little more make sense with like the story they're trying to go with for it to still be light out. So I kind of scratched that a little bit. For gear, if you're wondering, I'm using for this experiment the same one that I'm shooting on right now for this YouTube video, which is a Canon R6. And then it had a few different lenses that it wanted me to use. I shot a lot of it with this SIRUI, I don't know, Anamorphic 35mm f1.8 lens. And then I also used Canon's RF 50mm 1.8. And then I also used the lens that is on the camera right now, which is an f4 24mm. And then there was a couple of shots where it wanted 85mm, which I don't have, but I did use my 70-200 f2.8, which is more of a photo lens. All these, except for one, is a photo lens. Use this instead and just punched in a little bit on the zoom to get that 85mm. I would like an 85mm someday. So now we got a couple of things to do. We've got all the visual shots. I think we might need some B-roll when we get into the edit, so we'll see. But then we also have to do some voiceover work. So let me just hit pause on this segment. I'm going to record all of the voiceover, and then I'll bring you back in if we need any more B-roll, and then we'll watch the film. All right, editing is done, and that means we have just about 6 hours left to get this thing wrapped up. That means the YouTube video that I'm shooting right now and posted. So if you're watching this on January 5th, 2025, everything has been shot and produced today. Shout out to ChatGPT. I hope you don't take over the world, and if you do, please leave my family intact. We mean you no harm. Enjoy the film. Stick around till the end. I woke up expecting the world to be different. But some mornings arrive quietly, unchanged. The weight of expectation is heavier than silence. Memories are strange. They live in the past but breathe in the present. I remember the cold, the stillness, the way the world seemed to hold its breath. We wait for things to happen, for snow to fall, for time to stop. But life moves quietly, unnoticed. Maybe it's not about what we wait for, but what we find in the waiting. And so I step into the quiet. Not to escape, but to begin again. All right, what did you think of the film? I would love to know in the comments below. What do you think of this idea in general? How sketch do you think AI is? Did you find any emotion in this film at all? Did you find any motivation from the actor, which was me, by the way? So excuse my lack of acting skills, by the way. Hopefully it didn't get in the way too much. Would love to know your thoughts. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Thank you for stopping by and joining me for this weird experiment. And we'll see you on the next one. Subscribe.